Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how we implement a user authentication in our React application using Firebase. So in this video, we will learn what is Firebase and how it is different from others. And we will also see how we can connect a Firebase with our React application. So in this video, we will create a user authentication in our React application and we will use Firebase for the implementation part. So let me show you what we will do. So this is our React application where we have a registration form, and in registration form we have three fields. One is name, second one is password, and the third one is email. So let me fill some value over here. So let's say Bob, and the password is Bob123, or you can put anything, and then Bob at the rate gmail.com. So once I fill all the three entries and when I click on this register button, so it will redirect me back to the home page. So here you can see the name which you have entered in that registration form that is displayed over here. So assume it like this is a home page and you can like shift this to here as well. So this is just some requires some set of styling over here. So I'm not focusing much on the CSS part. So we will be focusing more on the React part and the Firebase coding. So in this video, we will be focusing more on React part and the Firebase part, and I am assuming that you have a basic understanding of CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. So once that Bob is logged in our React application, and when I click on that sign out button, so Bob is logged out and it redirected back to the register page. So you can see we are again back to the registration page. So we have again one more functionality over here. This one is sign in with Google. सो आपने जब भी कोई एप्लीकेशन में आप जब फर्स्ट टाइम विजिट करते होगे तो वहाँ पे एक आपको पॉपअप आता होगा कि कनेक्ट विथ अस बाय साइनिंग इन विथ योर गूगल अकाउंट या फिर साइन इन विथ फेसबुक या फिर कनेक्ट विथ गिटहब अकाउंट या फिर आप लिंक्डइन पे जाते होगे तो लिंक्डइन पे भी आपको गिटहब या फिर जीमेल या फिर फेसबुक जैसे ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं तो वो सारी चीज़ें हम फायरबेस की हेल्प से इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं अपने रिएक्ट एप्लीकेशन में. So in this video we will see how it works and how we can achieve this. So let me first show you how it works, how we can achieve sign in with Google. So when I click on it, so it will show me, it will first redirect to the account.google.com page, and it will show a list of email IDs that was previously logged by you in your system. So let me select the first one. So if I select the first one, then it gets logged in and it will send me back to the home page after few seconds, because since we are using a Google provider, so Google takes some time to redirect us to navigate us on the targeted page. So you can see I have logged in with the Garvit Divedi email ID. So it will show me the username, the display name. So welcome Garvit Divedi is written over here on our home page. So again, I'm telling that you can shift this to here. That's not a big problem. You can just give some styling, some CSS code, and it will move back to the top right corner. So again, if I click on that sign out button, so it will again navigate me back to the register page. So this is the functionality that we are going to cover in our React project or in this video. So in this video, I will be using VS Code. You can use any other IDE also. So I have created a folder with a name React hyphen Firebase hyphen YT, and I have just written a command npx create react app and then the name of my application. So I have given app auth. You can give any other name as well. So I have to save some time. I have already implemented, or I have already installed that application. It will take some time at your end if you are written this command and press enter. So it will take some 2 or 3 minutes to complete its installation. So you can see if I open it, then we have a node module folder, we have a public, we have a src folder, and then some package.json and package underscore log.json file, and then we have a git ignore file. So this is the folder structure that you will get after installing this command. So what we will do is, so first let me delete this app.css file and also this index.css file. So we have this app.js, and in app.js also I will clear this whole part, and let me just go here and just write cd app hyphen auth. So I'm now on the correct directory in the correct folder, and now I am writing npm start. So if I click on that npm start, then it will take some time to start the deployment server, and then it will like redirect me onto the browser with a port number 3000 and localhost 3000. So what we will do is we will create a registration form first. So I will be first creating a React project, and then I will discuss what is Firebase, it is different from others, and I will also show you what is Firebase authentication and what are the other services that it provides. So just hold on, we will see everything, and you will understand every point. Just be with me. So I will do what I will create a register.jsx, and I am assuming that you have a basic understanding of JavaScript. So I will just give a small code, RAFCE, and just press enter. You will get this syntax. So uh, we have a registration form over here, and I am just calling this over our app.js. Let me write some text over here, like this is the register page. So this is app, and in app I have just called that register component. So this is the app.js, and app.js I have just called this register component. So let me check it is there. Okay, it is loading. So just let it load first. And we have this app.js, and let me also create a register.css register.css. Or before going ahead, it will take some time. So let me create a form over here. Let me create a form, and in that form we have three input fields: input, text, and I'm not giving any name to it. And just give a class name to it. And we have one more, which is placeholder. So I'm just giving enter name, correct? And then we have uh, input for a password, and the third one for the email. And in the class name you can type like text fields. I'm giving same class to all the input fields because of because it needs to provide same styling to all the fields. And placeholder में हम देंगे enter password, and in case of email we will just say enter email. So this is the form, and let me check, is it there is any error? Okay. So in the app.js, since we have deleted the app.css, so we have to also delete this line where we have imported app.css, or also we have deleted the index.css, so we have to delete this index.css line, else it will give us error. So now we let's move back to the register page, and here we have a button with type submit, and we will just say register. So let's see what is visible to here or not. Okay, so you can see we have enter name, enter password, enter email, and a register button. So let's give some to this name to this form as well. Say form register. Try to give a name that is meaningful, so that if another developer will check your code, then he will understand what you are trying to implement or what you are trying to say. So always try to coding. And we have one more div over here, so I'm just giving a class name like a form container or a register container, you can see. So I'm just writing a form container. So this we have three input fields and we have a button in our form component. Okay, and then we have okay, just give some styling to this class name. Give us class name to it, and we will say like register button. Okay. Okay, so we have already created a register.css and I'm just using that CSS file in this register.css in that app.js file as well. So I will write the CSS coding in the register.css also. So यहाँ पे भी यहाँ पे भी मुझे register register.css को import करना होगा, and let's give some styling for the ऐप फर्स्ट. सो हमने app.js में भी register.css को इंपोर्ट किया है, तो जो हमारी ऐप कंपोनेंट में app.js की जो भी स्टाइलिंग होगी वो भी हम register.css में ही कर रहे होंगे. तो सबसे पहले हमारा जो क्लास नेम ऐप है, सबसे पहले हम उसको स्टाइलिंग दें. हमारा हमारा जो डिस्प्ले होगा वो फ्लेक्स करेंगे हम. So display flex, and then we give align items to the center of the page. And one more thing that we will give is justify content center, JCC. So this is done, and then let me give some background color to it. So let's see like 9F, 9F, 9D, and we have 5, let's say. And styling is like 98 VH. Okay. So let's see what is there any change or not. Let me refresh the page. Okay, let's see. Let's write what is why it is not okay. Okay, let's write. We will see what is the error. The next we have form container. So in the register.jsx we have this form container. So we will give some styling to it now. So in the register .css we will give like display as a flex, and the flex direction will be column, and our text will be aligned to the center, and then we have background color as white. So let's say white, and give some border radius to it. Border radius as 10 pixel, and padding will be, let's say, 1 ram, and font size you can give styling accordingly according to your needs, but I'm just giving a default styling to it so that it will look better to us. And then we give some height to it, let's say auto. So let's check why it is not applying to this. Okay, so yes, you can see we have given some background color to this, and we our form is basically at the center of the page. Now we have to give a styling to the input components. Okay, and one more heading will be there, registration page or registration form. So we will also add this here. Let's back, and in the register.jsx, let me add a p tag over here, p tag, and in the p tag we will give registration form. Fine, and we will give a class name to it, let's say title. Okay, so give some styling to it. So here you can see p, or you can use title, and in the title we can give like font weight equals to 600, and font size, let's say font font size, let's say larger. Okay, let's see how it is visible. Phrase. Okay, so we can see registration form now, and now it's time to give a styling to the input fields. So let me write a styling over the form register. This one, form register. It's my bad. And form register may we will styling like display as a flex and align item to the center, and we can also give like no need to give align item to the center. We can give like flex direction column, and then we can give some gap to it. Gap, let's say to the pixel, and width equal to, let's say, 100%. Let's see how it is visible. Okay. Okay, yes. So you can see it is visible and taking the full width of the form container. And now we have given the class name like text fields. So what we will do, inside this, we will just write the styling for the text field for the input elements. So what we will do is we will give a padding to it, like we can say 5 pixel, and other than this we will give border none and border bottom, border bottom as 1 pixel, solid gray. Okay, and outline will be none. Let's see how it appears. Yeah, so now it is fine, and now it's time to give styling to this button register. Okay, so we have given class name to button, I guess. Yeah, register button. So let's copy this, and in the registers.css just paste it, and give some styling to this button as well. So let me write cursor as pointer, or give just write it like button. So button, in button we will write cursor as pointer, and background color will be this one as it is, and other than this we can give padding as 10 pixel. Okay, and the font weight as 600, and font size will be medium, and also the border is none, and the outline is none, and yeah, that's it, I guess. Margin, let's give margin to it, and let's see. Okay, give some border radius to it, and border radius let's say 10 pixel. Yeah, okay, so you can just skipping it that much, and we need one more thing, like if we want to give some styling to this placeholder, this we can then we can give that inside that text field we have uh, we can use placeholder. Okay, we can give it like this. Okay, we have to give a semicolon over here, then we will. Okay, So we can give a styling to this placeholder as well. Opacity, let's say 0.6. Okay, that's much fine. Okay. So now we are ready with our registration form, and we need in that register button, inside below this register button we need one more button is for sign in with Google. So let's give that button. We are okay, we are just I'm just copy this line and just writing it below this form closing tag. So the text for this button is sign in with Google. I'm just implementing for Google. You can also implement it for Facebook or for GitHub or for other Microsoft as well. So you will get that idea how we can implement it just by implementing this Google only. So let's see how it looks like. I have added that sign in with Google in our yes. So you can see we can see over. So let's give some styling to it and just give different class to it. So I am changing this with let's say sign in with Google, for example. So let me go back to the register.css, and inside this button, what I will do, I will just write with sign in Google. So let me give a background color to it. Background color, let's say red, or you can also change from here. So I am keeping this RGB 234, 148, 148. And when we hover on it, then it will also uh, some it will change to some other color. So let me copy this down, and we will apply hover on it. So when we hover on it, then it will change from black color to white color, and the background color will also change a bit, like let me give us some darker red to it. So yeah, we are done. So let me refresh it. Okay, so you can see if I'm hovering on it, then the color of the text will turn from black to white, and the background will also get darker. Okay, so we are ready with our React part. Now it's time to understand how we can implement Firebase in our React application. So, so let me first add some event handler function also over here. So let's back to the register.jsx, and in the register.jsx give a on submit event handler to this form tag, and we will add a handle submit, and just implement this function. Like I am just writing a arrow function that will this handle submit. Okay, so I am passing a event object E, since it is a event handler function. So we need to pass an event object to handle that event handling. Okay, so that's what I have given E. E is a event object. So I will dot event dot prevent default to the refreshing of page when I click on that submit button. So it will just prevent it from the default behavior of refreshing the page. So it will not. Let me check. Okay, I have my bad. I'm giving a different spelling. Yeah. So now what I will do is I will print the name of the like the name and the password and the email इन द कंसोल. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, अब मुझे क्या करना है कि जो भी मैं यहाँ पे नेम फिल करूंगा इन तीनों ही इनपुट फील्ड्स में, उसको मैं ट्राई करके देखता हूँ एक बार कंसोल करके कि वो चीजें जो मैंने वैल्यू दी है वो एज इट इज कंसोल पे प्रिंट हो रही है या नहीं. तो फॉर दैट व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल गिव सम ऑन चेंज टू इट, ऑन चेंज, and on change and a value parameter value attribute to this input element. Okay, sorry, I have to write on change. Yeah. So what I will do, I have to manage the state of the name whatever user has written or whatever user has entered. So for that I have to use this to manage that state. So what I will do is I will take console user and the next one is set user and just write use state, and initially the value will be empty. Okay, so I have to manage it as well as password. So password and then set password. Okay, okay, and the third one is for email, and then we have set email. That's fine. Everything will be initialized with a empty string. Okay, now what is I will also pass a value attribute to it with a name user. So this user will be set as a value to this input element. Same for this also value, and here we will set password. What which password? This password. And then next we will do what? We will use this email. So I will write here email. And what we will do in this on change property, so on change that means कि जब भी हम input element में जो भी text enter कर रहे होंगे वो जो भी text होगी वो उस text को हमें set करना होगा इस set user में। अगर हम first वाले input पे value type कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा, हमें एक event object लेना होगा और उस event object क्या करेगा, तो वो हमारा जो set user है function वो just इस e dot target dot वैल्यू में सेट हो जाएगा। तो जो भी आप इस चीज को डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट क्वेरी सेलेक्टर से भी अचीव कर सकते हो, बट आई एम जस्ट यूजिंग इवेंट ऑब्जेक्ट क्योंकि यहाँ पे इवेंट हैंडलिंग ही हो रही है, तो आई प्रेफर टू हैंडल इट विद इवेंट ऑब्जेक्ट। बट यू कैन ऑल्सो इम्प्लीमेंट इट यूजिंग डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट क्वेरी सेलेक्टर, जहाँ पे आप इसकी क्लास को डिटेक्ट करोगे, फाइंड करोगे और उसके बेसिस पे आप वैल्यू सेट करोगे। तो दैट्स अनदर अप्रोच, आप उससे भी कर सकते हो। सो जिस तरीके से मैंने यहाँ पे किया ऑन चेंज के लिए, वैसे ही सिमिलर वे में हम पासवर्ड एंड फॉर ईमेल एज वेल। सो यहाँ पे हमने पासवर्ड करना है और यहाँ पे हमें ईमेल करना है। सो दैट्स इट। अब हम इस चीज को जस्ट यहाँ पे कंसोल कर लेंगे कि आर वी गेटिंग द सेम वैल्यू विच वी हैव रिटन और विच वी हैव एंटर्ड इन आवर फॉर्म। सो what we will write is user comma password comma email, just that's it. So now it's time to let me check handle submit. Okay, we have already fixed that error. Okay, so now it's time to enter some value in our input. So I'm writing Bob. Okay, let me okay, so Bob, and we will give some password to it like Bob 123, and pass email is bob at the rate gmail.com. So let me open that console over here. Okay, so if I click on that register button, so that's you can see it is uh, you know it is printed on our console. So this is what we are trying to achieve as of now. So we are getting the same values on our console. So that's it, we have tested. Now what we are doing next, so yeah, so we are ready with our react code, and now it's time to learn what is Firebase. So let me show you the main page in the home page of Firebase. So this is Firebase. So Firebase is a platform that is developed by Google. So since it is developed by Google, so it has a rich set of ecosystem that provides a rich comprehensive set of tools and services. So you can see it is supported in our app development as well as web development. So it is a platform that help us to build and grow apps and games user love, and it is backed by Google and trusted by million of businesses around the world. So so it provides developer with a comprehensive set of tools. I'm showing you what are the tools I'm talking about. So if I click on that add all products, so you will see the list of features that it provides. You can see over here. So these are the list of major features that Firestore Firebase provides us, and it help us high quality app in a more efficient way. So you can see we can implement Cloud Firestore. If you are developing a real chat application, then you have to implement it like whenever a user enters some text or send or click on the send button, then it will directly reflect onto the receiver's end. So that this is what real chat application means. So we can implement real chat application using Firebase. So we use real-time database. So it basically provides a NoSQL cloud-hosted database that supports real-time data synchronization, and this allows multiple clients to receive updates in real time when data changes, or making it ideal for building collaborative and real-time application. So आज की इस वीडियो में हम लोग ऑथेंटिकेशन करने वाले हैं, ऑथेंटिकेशन देखने वाले हैं. So basically, Firebase offers a robust authentication that supports various authentication methods, including email password, social authentication like Google, we have Facebook और Twitter, so फोन नंबर. तो इन सब चीज़ों से भी हम अपना ऑथेंटिकेशन कर सकते हैं, और जो हमारा एप्लीकेशन है उसको हम एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. तो हम सबसे पहले ऑथेंटिकेशन को देखेंगे कि ऑथेंटिकेशन में हम कैसे कर सकते हैं. सो ऑथेंटिकेशन में इट प्रोवाइड्स अ इजी साइन इन विथ एनी प्लेटफॉर्म्स. यू कैन सी ओवर हियर गूगल है, फेसबुक है, ट्विटर है, वी हैव गिटहब. तो यहाँ पे फोन नंबर है, कॉन्टैक्ट है, तो हम इन सब के हेल्प से भी हम अपना ऑथेंटिकेशन कर सकते हैं. द नेक्स्ट वन इज अ फ्लेक्सिबल ड्रॉप इन यूआई. तो फ्लेक्सिबल जो है फायरबेस में, जो यूआई हम यूज कर रहे होते हैं, जो भी हमारे पास सर्विसेज हैं, जो भी फंक्शंस हैं, फीचर्स हैं, वो सारे के सारे फ्लेक्सिबल हैं, और वहाँ पे जो यूआई हम ये प्रोवाइड करता है फायरबेस, वो बहुत ही कंपैटिबल होता है, और लाइक ड्रॉप इन ऑथ सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर रहा होता है. तो ये चीज है. एंड सेकंड वन इज कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव सिक्योरिटी. यहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी भी है, जैसे कि अभी आप एप्लीकेशन जैसे जैसे हम डेवलप करेंगे, वैसे वैसे आपको इस समझ में आएगा कि कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव सिक्योरिटी किस तरीके से हम अचीव करते हैं. वी हैव फास्टर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. सो दिस आर द फ्यू फीचर्स. आप यहाँ पे व्यू डॉक्स में भी जाकर के इसके बारे में बहुत सारा चीज है वो पढ़ सकते हो. जैसे कि फायरबेस ऑथेंटिकेशन वेयर डू आई स्टार्ट पे जब आप जाओगे, तो यहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि फायरबेस जो है वो कौन कौन से ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पे भी अप्लाई किया जाता है. तो आप यहाँ देख सकते हो कि iOS में हमारा जो मैक है उसमें हम कैसे इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. फिर हमारा जो एंड्रॉयड बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन होते हैं उसमें हम इसे कैसे यूज करते हैं. फिर हम जो आज वेब कर रहे हैं वेब में कैसे करते हैं, फ्लटर है हमारे पास, फिर यूनिटी, C++, इन सब में हम कैसे कर सकते हैं. तो इसका सारा का सारा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, आप इसको जरूर पढ़े, और फिर आप इससे जो भी आपको यूजर की नीड है उस नीड को आप फुलफिल कर सकते हैं इस डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की हेल्प से. And I am also using this documentation to prepare our React application authentication. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे कितनी फैसिलिटीज यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड की जाती है. तो ईमेल एड्रेस और पासवर्ड साइन इन है, फिर फोन नंबर साइन इन है, ईमेल लिंक साइन इन है, फिर ये सारे जो हमारे सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स हैं जैसे कि गूगल है, फेसबुक है, एप्पल है, प्ले गेम्स है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट है, ट्विटर है, याहू है, इन सब से हम जो है अपना फायरबेस ऑथेंटिकेशन अप्रूव करा सकते हैं और इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. तो सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना होगा. तो सबसे पहले मैं यहाँ पे क्या करूँगा कि मैं अपना एक एप्लीकेशन यहाँ पे बनाना होता है हमें. तो सबसे पहले हम गो टू कंसोल पे जाते हैं यहाँ पे, और व्हेन आई क्लिक ऑन इट, सो दिस गो टू कंसोल बटन, एंड नाउ वी आर here on the main page, and you will see a button called create a button. So I'm just clicking on it. So they will ask to enter a project name. So I will name it like app auth, and just click on the continue button. So after clicking on the continue button, they will ask to enable Google Analytics for this project. So I'm just keeping as it is. and clicking on the continue button. So they will ask to configure a Google Analytics account. So let me go back previously and just disable it and just create a project now. So it will take some time. It will take around 1 minute to complete the project installation. So till the time what we have achieved till now, so we have created a form where we have three input fields. The one is for name, second one is for password, and third one is for email. And then we have a register button and another button with a sign in with Google text. So you can see over here we have a registration form with three input fields and two button, one for register and second for sign in with Google. So now we are ready with our Firebase project. So just click on the continue button, and when you click on the continue button, then it will redirect to a page where you will see your name of the project and other like operating system platform where you can implement your Firebase project. So just click on this button where you will see a web hovering. So just click on it, and when you click on it, then you will also see a form where they will be asking about the nickname of your app. So I'm just writing like app authentication, and this one I'm not checking out right now since it is asking for a Firebase hosting, but I'm right now not hosting my application on the server. And if you want your project to host on a server, then you can click on it and it will help you to host your application on the server. And there is documentation also provided, so you can go through with that documentation and follow the mentioned steps. So I have given the nickname of my project app authentication, and just click on this register app. So once you click on that register app, then the Firebase SDK object will pop up to you. Like you can see over here, we have to install Firebase in our project in our VS Code, and then we have to use this particular Firebase coding. So in that, what we have, so the first one where we have imported initialize app from Firebase application. So that basically function used to initialize our application on the Firebase cloud. And then we have a Firebase config object which has some key value properties. So the first one is the API key. So API key is basically used to like authenticate request from your application to the Firebase services. Like we have Firebase authentication or a real-time database. So that API key is used to authenticate those requests. The second key is auth domain. So this is basically a authentication domain of our Firebase project, and it is used for authentication purpose and determine the domain that like Firebase authentication will recognize as a authorized user. So this is what auth domain will do. Third parameter is project ID. So project ID is uniquely identifies our Firebase project on a cloud, and it is just used to associate resources and configuration settings with our specific project base ecosystem. And then we have a storage bucket. So in like the storage bucket, whatever the files, like the user generated content, like files, we have images, we have videos. So जैसा कि अभी आपने देखा था कि हमारे पास ये जो रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म है, इसमें हम एक पैरामीटर और भी दे सकते हैं, लाइक जो यूजर रजिस्टर कर रहा होगा उसको, उस यूजर को लाइक उसकी जो आइकन है या फिर आप बोल सकते हो उसका जो प्रोफाइल पिक्चर है, हम वो भी यहाँ से लाइक डिमांड कर सकते हैं। सो वो चीज़ भी हम पैरामीटर ऐड कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे जब यूजर रजिस्टर कर रहा होगा, तो ही नीड टू ऐड अ इमेज ऐड हिज इमेज इन दैट रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म। सो उस इमेज को हमें अपने फायरबेस क्लाउड पे, फायरबेस डेटाबेस में स्टोर करना होगा। तो दैट इज व्हाट वेयर दैट स्टोरेज बकेट इज यूज्ड। एंड देन वी हैव अ मैसेजिंग सेंडर आईडी। सो मैसेजिंग सेंडर आईडी में हम बेसिकली जो हमारा फायर बेस क्लाउड मैसेजिंग होता है, जिसका यूज हम रियल टाइम जो चैट एप्लीकेशन हम जब डिजाइन कर रहे होते हैं, तो उसमें जो यूजर जस्ट आपको जो मैसेज, आपने एज अ सेंडर जब आपने कोई मैसेज भेजा, तो वो चीज रिसीवर के एंड पे तुरंत विजिबल होनी चाहिए। तो उस चीज को हम मैसेजिंग सेंडर आईडी से लाइक अचीव कर पाते हैं। देन वी हैव अ ऐप आईडी। So basically, app ID is again a uniquely identifies our Firebase application, Firebase web application, and it is used to identify our application when accessing Firebase services and resources. So ये हम जो पूरा हमारा जो ये ऑब्जेक्ट है, इस ऑब्जेक्ट को हम यूज करेंगे in our VS Code. So what I will do, I will create a different file, a separate file with a name firebase.js. So inside that, what I will do, I will just copy that code. So here you can see we have a initialize, like we have initialized or imported initialized app function, and that function will take Firebase config this object. So let's write that get auth. I will import get auth first from the Firebase auth folder, Firebase auth folder, and I need to because get auth returns a auth object, so I have to collect that auth object from this get auth. So that's it. That's where there we got that auth object, and that we will use throughout our application, throughout this register.js and that again that app.js. So now the next thing is we have this React app which is currently on localhost 3000, and अभी हमें क्या करना है कि जब यूजर सक्सेसफुल लॉगिन हो जाए सक्सेसफुल, तो वो फिर होम पेज पे चला जाए, एल्स वो रजिस्टर पेज पे रहे। तो हमें यहाँ पे अब रिएक्ट राउटिंग की सेटअप करनी होगी, जहाँ पे अगर यूजर अभी रजिस्टर रजिस्टर नहीं किया है देन ही विल बी ऑन द रजिस्टर पेज, सो स्लैश रजिस्टर हम यह ऐड करेंगे। तो लेट्स ऐड दिस, और अगर यूजर सक्सेसफुल रजिस्टर कर लेता है तो वो फिर होम पेज पे चला जाएगा जहाँ पे उसको वेलकम का मैसेज आएगा, एंड ही विल ऑल्सो गेट वन साइन आउट बटन। So let's add a React router over here in the app.js. So what I will do, I will write first browser router as router. Then we have routes, and the next we have route from React Router DOM. So make sure you have installed React Router DOM in your package log.json. So I have already implemented npm installed React Router DOM. So make sure you have already installed it in your project. Then only you will able to use routers. So now what I will do is router component, and inside that router component, I will call that register component. So in the routers component we have routes, and inside that different route we will use a single route. So let me use a self closing route here, and this route will take two arguments. One is the path. So for register we will be at the slash register, and at the element we have, so when the endpoint is slash register, then which component will be triggered. So in that case register component will be triggered. So that's it. So when that user is on the register page, then he will be able to see that register form. So now you will see at the register endpoint, user will able to see that register form. So now when that user is successfully signed in, then he will be on the home page. So we will have to create a new home.js JSX file, and I will use that shortcut RAFC to create the boilerplate. So yeah, here it is. So currently I'm just writing home page, okay, home page as a text in the div, and in the app.js I will just copy this line and paste it below. And here let's say when that when the URL is singly localhost 3000, then the home component will be render. So we have to import it. So, so yeah, import it. Now we will see at localhost 3000 we have this home page. So you will see here is written. So now let's back to the VS Code. now what we have to do now, so first I will implementing that email password authentication, then we will see how we can implement sign in with Google. So let's move back to the register.jsx file. So here what we have already created that handle submit function. So inside that function we have to use Firebase coding now. So what I will do first is I will create a there is a function, let me show you in the Firebase tab. So here is a see there is a documentation folder. So just click on that documentation, and once that page is loaded, then you will see here is a search bar. So just click on just write sign in with email password. So when you click on it and just press enter, you will see some list of results, like the first one is authenticate with Firebase using password based account. So just click on the first one. So here you will see the list of instructions and the steps that you need to follow to implement that authentication with Firebase using password based account in JavaScript. So when you go down, then you will see there is a function which with a name called create user with email and password. So this function is already predefined, this is already built at the Firebase auth folder. So just you need to import it. So what I will do is I will first just copy this statement, this line, and I will just, because it return a object, so I am storing this into a result variable and just paste this line. So we have email, we are fetching the name of fetching the email of the user from this, and we have a password from here, and this auth we are taking from the firebase.js, so we need to import it all as well. So in the Firebase I have already export this auth, so I'm just using that auth over here. So now we have okay, there is error, so we need to import as well. So it is imported, it is coming from the Firebase auth folder. So now we are getting this result, so let me print this result and show you what it is return. So just let me console. So, so, so here let me go back to the register endpoint. There you will see registration form, and now let's enter some value in these particular input fields. So I am writing Bob, then Bob 123, and then at the Bob gmail.com. Okay, let me open the console before clicking on the enter. So I have opened my console over here and just clear it. Okay, now that's time to click on the register button. So I'm clicking on the register button. So you can see it is returning a promise. So auth email already in use. Okay, we are getting some error. Okay, let me give some different so here you will see this is the promise, and inside this promise you will see the name which we have passed in that user email ID that is showing over here, and the display name should be filled with this value Bob, but it is currently null, so we have to take care about this as well. And currently you can see the email is as it is, password is not returning over here, but we are getting this the same email ID which you have entered in the registration form. So now it's time to update that display name as well with the name which we have written as a user. Let me make this function async now, and let's use await in front of that create user with email and password, and there is a function called update profile. update profile. So that update profile will take result user. You will see user is that object where you will get all the details, all the credential, and we will set this display name as user. So we are storing that value in this user variable. So just we are updating that profile with display name as user value. So now it's time to show you whether we are able to set that value in the username or not. So I'm just clearing the console, and let me change the name to like David. So let me set the password as same, and here we will write david1213 at the rate gmail.com. So now when I click on the register button, so it will send you a user credential object again, and here you will see a user. So just click on this user, and now you will see the display name as David is there. So this is what update profile will do. It will take that result user as an input, and it will, and you are able to set any property if you want to from the variable which you are like taking from the other components. So you will set it like this. So now we are able to get the data, and as expected. So now let's see whether these datas are able to store it in this or not. So I'm just clicking on the refresh button, and you will see I have added David, I have added Bob here. So let me add one more, and let me show you whether we are able to add it or not. So I'm using a name Henry, and the password name as Henry, sorry, the Gmail ID is henry123 at the rate gmail.com. So now let me click on the register button. So when I click on the register button, you will see an object is returned, and here you will see the display name as Henry, and email is henry123 gmail.com, which we have passed. So now just give a refresh to it, and you will see henry123 at the rate gmail.com is successfully signed in. So this is the way we can achieve email and password provider authentication in our application. So just these three line of code will make you like make the setup of in email and password email providers. Now it's time to see how we can achieve Google authentication. So in Google authentication, and one more thing I need to address here is when I click on the register button, that input fields should be cleared. So what we can do is we can set user set user as null. We can do that in this way also. Here we will say email, and here we will set password as blank. Okay, so now let me refresh it, and again try to add one more entry to our Firebase database. So let me add a value like Sophie, and the name is Sophie, and Sophie at the rate gmail dot gmail.com. So when I click on that register button, then that object should be returned here, and the data is entered and is saved on our this authentication tab in the Firebase project, and the name which is shown to us right now, that should be cleared. So let me click on that register button, and you will see an object is here, and the values are empty, the values are cleared. Okay, let's see whether we are able to get Sophie detail over here or now. So okay, Sophie at the rate gmail.com is here. Okay, so now we are done. We are done with the create username and uh, like email and password. And now it's time to implement the sign in with Google code. So what I will do is I will give a function here. So on clicking of that function, we will implement. So I am giving the name handle sign in Google. Okay, so I need to make this function. I'm creating it here. Handle sign in Google. Okay, okay, I have used. Okay, yeah. So make this function as async as well. And now what I will do is I will use a provider. So Google has a separate provider. So I will use that provider, let's say Google Auth provider. So how you will get it? Let me show you in the documentation folder. So just go to the search bar. Okay, okay, just give me refresh. Okay, so you will see authentication over here. So just go to this documentation folder and yeah, here. So you need to just type sign in with Google and click on the enter. So you will see here authenticate with you using Google with JavaScript. So when you go down, you will get this const provider equals to new auth provider. So I've just written this only here. Okay. So yeah, we have already imported here Google auth provider. Okay. So now what I will do is there is one more function in the same documentation. If you go down, you will see sign in with redirect, this one. So I'm just using this function sign in with. Okay, sign in with redirect. Okay, let me copy this down. Okay, yeah. So I have copied that line, and let me make this await. And we have to import this sign in with redirect function. And let's since it returns a promise, so just handle if it returns any error. So I'm just using a catch property, and if it returns any error, so we will console. Okay, so we will just console the error, which whatever we will get it. So this is it. And one more thing, when the user is like successfully logged in, then we have to jump back onto the home page. So what we will do is statement now. Instead of this, I will write navigate. So before that, I have to, okay, navigate. I will use navigate hook, which is importing from the React router library. So what I will do is I will go here and just write navigate equals to use navigate. Okay, the spelling. Use navigate, and we have to we have to import this use navigate from React router. That okay. Stay. Okay, let's see what is are we able to do or not. Okay, so on successful login, the user will redirect to this endpoint slash, and we have already implemented this. When the endpoint is slash, then home will be triggered. So let's go back to the home page, and here what I will do is I will say welcome, and I will use this dot. Let me import this auth dot. Just give auth right now, or I will say console.log console console.log, and this auth will be consoled. Okay, so one more thing that we want to add here is, before that handle submit button, I have to use effect perform those side effect in our functional components. So what I will do is I will add a function over here in this use effect, which is get redirect result. That's one. And we will pass auth into it, and this will return a promise, so we have to handle it. So if it is successfully resolved, then we will result and what we will do, if that result dot user basically. So if result dot so if there is any user in the result, then it will navigate back to the home page, and we have to pass a dependency over here. So that error will be resolved with when we imported it. So okay, we have already imported. And so if the user is successfully logged in, uh, basically get redirect result is used when you use any social media authentication. So this get redirect result will do what? It will go back to the list of Gmail IDs that is logged in your in your system. And if then it will ne- then it will navigate back to the home page. So that's fine. Okay, so there's any error? No, this will resolved. It will just give me a refresh. And now what is the error? Cannot read the properties of null reading user. Okay, let me try and whether we are check whether we are able to get or not. Gmail.com. Okay, clicking on the register home page. So what happened? Okay, okay, we get some value over here. So this is coming from the home.jsx file. So in home.jsx we have already consoled auth. So in the auth we have this current user, and inside this current user name. Okay, so let's come back to the home page, and in the home page we have inside this auth we will do what? We will current user dot display name. Okay, give some time to refresh it. Okay, let me go back to register page and let's check one more time. Okay, Okay, let me add BOBB and password is this. And okay, just click on this register button, and when you click on this, then you will see the welcome Bob is printing on our home page. So this is what we have achieved, and we have to now just add a sign out. So 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 let me do it quickly. We have a button with type submit. Okay, I'm not getting. And here I will do what, sign out text, and the type will be, let's say, submit, and I am giving a on click, and in on click handle sign out. Just quickly implement this. Okay, just quickly create a arrow 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 function function. So to sign out the function, we have one more function in our. What I will do, 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 I will copy this and just go back here, 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 here. So we have to import this sign out function, and if the sign out is successful, then we will print on our console is success, sign out successful. Fine. Input, have to import this. Okay, okay, we are done. So now it's time to check we are able to click on that sign out button or not. So we have a sign out button. If I click on it, so the sign out is successful. So if that sign out is successful, then also we have to navigate back to the register. Here, here you will pass register, and I have const navigate equals to use navigate navigate, and I need to import it as well. Use navigate uh, from React router. Okay, so yeah, now when I click on this sign out, so it will redirect me back to the register page. Let me show you the full flow of it. Remove the Gmail. So now we have added this sign out button and handle sign out button. So on clicking of that sign out button, that sign out functionality will be triggered. So uh, now let me go back to the register page and see it is working as expected or not. So I'm keeping Bob as a name, and password is Bob 1 2 and 3, and Bob Bob at the rate gmail.com. gmail.com. Okay, so clicking on the register button, so it will redirect me back to the home page with a name called Welcome Bob and a sign out button. So when I click on that sign out button, it will redirect me back to the register page and the message is sign out successful. Okay, and the data is getting saved here in the authentication tab of Firebase UI. Here you can see bob@gmail.com. Now it's time to check whether we are able to do the same thing with this sign in with Google provider or not. So I'm clicking on this and you will see we are redirecting on the Google page, and here we will I'm selecting the second one, and then you will ask for. Okay, so we are redirecting back to the our React application, and after a few minutes, because after few seconds, it takes some processing time to resolve and to redirect us to the targeted page. So now we are on the home page, and you will see the name is written over here, and now we have a sign out button. So if I click on that sign out button, before that, let me show you. Here we will get the like details with the name which I have used for Google sign in, and here you will see a Google provider icon is used. So this way we can update the entries in our Firebase database, and that entry you will see on your React application. And if I click on that sign out button, you will see a sign out successful message is written on the console, and we are redirecting back to the register page. So this is what we are trying to achieve in this video, and I'm hoping all the concepts and the code is, you have understood it well and better. So I have pushed this code on the GitHub link, which is provided in the description below, and you will take it from the GitHub, and you will use it for your reference. And if you have any doubt, then you can post your doubt in the comment section down below. And thank you friends for this video, and thank you for your time. And if you have liked this video, then please do like this video. And if you are new to our channel and you haven't subscribed it yet, then please uh, subscribe our channel. So that's all for this video, and let's see you in the